For those of us who embrace the journey, sometimes we find those special places that epitomize what we seek along the way. And for me, this is one of those places. Where the Choa River runs adjacent to Route 127, just a few short miles from the tail of the dragon, you'll find the historic Tapoco Lodge. And the best part is what you won't find here, which is cell service. So welcome and thank you for joining me on my journey. My ideal adventures are the ones where I'm alone on a motorcycle exploring the world. Miles of open, twisty roads enticing me to go beyond the boundaries of the maps I know, drawing me deeper into nature and inviting me to venture further into myself. And on these expeditions, there's always three things I come back to: riding, reading, and writing. And I invite you to find those things that fuel your journey. Even if riding and writing aren't the things that spark your fire, for the seeker, for the explorer, I've found nothing more powerful than a good book. My awareness expands when the journey I'm on is about entrepreneurship, and my search for meaning, my life as an entrepreneur. This is what inspired me to write 5 books on motorcycling that every entrepreneur should read. It's an article I published on my website, iBiker.vc. And it's an article that I wrote at this very place. The open road and the written word both offer journeys of discovery and creativity and a perpetual expansion to the aperture of life. As an entrepreneur and a rider, I've found wisdom in both. So let's get started. Starting at number 5, Ghost Rider by Neil Peart. Now, not only is Neil a fellow Canadian, he's also the drummer of the band Rush and an avid motorcyclist. And this book is his journals and his writing as he embarked on a multi-year cross-continent motorcycle trip. And he did it in the face of tremendous personal tragedy. One of the things I loved about this book was how profound it is to journey with somebody as they process grief. You feel like you're going through the grieving process with him. It's always interesting, it makes me think about, nobody told us we weren't supposed to experience grief, but rather when we do, how do we live with it? How do we sit with it? And he found those answers on the back of a motorcycle. Number 4 is The Man Who Would Stop at Nothing by Melissa Holbrook Pearson. Now, Melissa is one of the great motorcycle journalists and writers, I think, of our generation. She wrote another incredible book called The Perfect Vehicle, which I encourage you all to read as well. This book serves as a powerful illustration of the importance of determination, grit, and the relentless pursuit of one's dreams. We can always relate as entrepreneurs to determination and the perseverance required to take on massive tasks, massive goals. But there's also a fine line between passion and obsession. I had to put this on the list because obviously, A, it's one of my favorite books. I seem to read it every couple of years. It stands the test of time. And B, it's where I take my name from for the investment biker. If you haven't read this book yet, I encourage everyone to read it. It's an incredible book on a moment in time in both finance, also a person's life and their career trajectory. And he rides around the world, circumnavigates the globe on a BMW motorcycle. Every country he stops at, he'd visit the stock market, he'd go to banks, he'd make investments. And everything he learned from that journey, he would take back to inform his own investment thesis, making him one of the greatest investors of all time. Number 2 on the list, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance by Robert Percy. Now, this is one of the greatest books ever written. It would make a top list of any book of any topic. Don't let the title fool you. This is really a book about philosophy. And it's a book about exploring the modern life. It's a book about exploring oneself. This is one of my all-time favorite books, and there's a reason that this book and this title is part of our cultural lexicon. And as you can see, I've carried this book with me for years, about ready for a new copy, but I seem to find myself reading it again and again. Every time I do, something new comes out of the text form. And number one on the list, Jupiter's Travels by Ted Simon. Ted set out to circumnavigate the globe alone on the back of a motorcycle in the early 70s. Could you imagine that today? No cell phones, no Wi-Fi, no GPS. It took him 4 years to complete the journey, and these are his journals and experiences from that trip. And what he's written has such introspection into his experiences and the cultures and the people that he met along the way. Can you think of anything more entrepreneurial than jumping on a motorcycle without any resources and setting a goal to travel around the planet? Well, you should definitely read this book. It's one of my favorites. These are the 5 books that always seem to find their way into my saddlebags. And when I ask myself, what is it about these books that have become so intrinsic to my journey? Well, I think it's because each, in their own way, transcends motorcycling. And it's about the stories of the people, their journeys, and the insights and lessons that they've learned along the way. Each of these books covers a unique perspective and insight into the intertwined paths of entrepreneurship and motorcycling. They teach us about resilience, introspection, and the relentless pursuit of purpose, and help us understand our journeys on this planet that we all share. As we ride through life's challenges, may these stories inspire you and guide you. So if any of these books resonate with you, or if you have other finds that you'd like to recommend to our community, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share this video with fellow entrepreneurs and riders.